Chau Temple, also known as Banh Ngoc Temple, is a large temple in Vietnam located in Dinh Lang village, Thuy Lam commune, Bac Tu Liem district, Hanoi city. Chau Temple is ancient, built in the 10th century and still well preserved today. Chau Temple is famous for its special architecture and beautiful landscape. The temple is built on a high ground and has classical Chinese-style architecture. On the campus, there are many ancient buildings and pavilions, with facades decorated with ceramic tiles and precious stones. The temple's architecture is inspired by Taoism, along with a combination of traditional and modern elements, creating a sacred and solemn space. Yes, hello. Welcome back to TKP Media Theme, The Beauty Inside Vietnam. Today, coming to Vietnam, the beautiful and hospitable country, we continue to come to a place full of mystery and spirituality. Chau Temple is located in Dinh Lang village, Thuy Lam commune, Bac Tu Liem district, Hanoi city. This place not only worships the mysterious Headless princess, but also carries a full historical story, majestic story of a dynasty that has gone down in legend. A story about the magic crossbow that helped the king save the country many times from the invaders. And it also caused father and son to turn their backs, leaving a painful story for the world. What is that story? TKP would like to ask. We invite you to continue watching this video to better understand this story. Headless stone statue of Princess Chau, myth and truth. For a long time, tourists from near and far every time they visit Koloa Citadel Dong An, Hanoi, come to the small temple worshipping Princess Chau. The elders here were all told a legend, associated with the headless stone statue worshipped in the hermitage. It is not known how much of the story is true, but people still consider the statue to be the embodiment of Princess Chau and an iron proof of loyalty. However, recently there is an opinion that worshipping a headless stone statue means invisibly viewing Nduong Vuong as a cruel father and creating an unfavorable impression of our country's image in the eyes of international friends. A tearful love story and the legend of pearls grown from blood. The story goes that, after being tricked by Tru Da and his son, Koloa Citadel fell, King Nduong Vuong rode horseback with Princess Chau to the south, to Mo Da Pass now in Dien Cho, Ngan. Then the horse was exhausted. The king turned his face to the sea and prayed to the god Kim Kwai to save him. The Kim Kwai god appeared and pointed, "The enemy is sitting behind the king." King Nduong Vuong looked back and saw Princess Chau diligently pulling goose feathers from her shirt to mark it for Tron, to follow, thinking his son had betrayed him. His father pulled out his sword and beheaded my Shou before dying. My Shou knelt at her father's feet and prayed, "It is very wrong for me. If you are a disloyal person who has a heart to harm your father, when you die, your body will turn into ashes. Otherwise, I will turn into a jade or a stone that will float back to my father." As expected, because my Shou was the one who accidentally fell for Trong Tu's scheme when she died, her blood flowed into the sea. When eaten, mussels and oysters turn into pearls. As for her body, she turned into a headless stone statue and floated back to the East Sea. When she reached the river and Koloa land, she stopped there, strangely enough. Since the day the stone statue was built, many strange things have happened. Many children herding buffaloes came out to play on the stone statue and immediately fell ill. The buffaloes and cows did something wrong around the stone statue and immediately fell down and died. Many people see strange and beautiful stone statues and want to carry them back but cannot. Seeing the strange thing, the elders of Koloa village immediately sent a group of strong young men to wash themselves, carry the dugout hammock, and perform a ceremony asking to be able to carry the stone statue to worship. When carrying it back to the Dikwai Imperial Court Temple, the statue suddenly fell down and could no longer be carried. The villagers saw this and immediately set up a shrine, burning incense and smoke day and night, and believed that the stone statue was the reincarnation of Princess Mai Shou, floating to serve her father as she prayed before she died. In the book The Heavenly History of Mai Shou, Trong Tu, by author Chu Tren, Thanhua Publishing House -2005, there is also a passage in 40 AD. Haiba Trung went to attack Tadin in Lai Lao Citadel. Habak and his army spent one night in Koloa Citadel. That night, Mrs. Trung dreamed that a girl appeared in her dream, told the story of her injustice and asked for the blessing of Hai Ba and her generals, destroying Tadin and the Han Dynasty's army to avenge the revenge for stealing the country, her. Waking up in the morning, Mrs. Trung went to ask Loa Than elder, "Is there any girl worshipped here?" Kolo elders said that they worshipped Princess Mai Shou, daughter of King Nduang Vuong. The Trung sisters slaughtered buffaloes to make offerings, and then marched to Tu Din's lair in Lai Lao to defeat the bandits who robbed the country and harmed the people. The time stamp of this legend is still preserved in a pair of ancient couplets in the temple worshipping Princess Mai Shou. Thousands of ancient trees are filled with air, and the roots of love and affection complete the temple, a stone slab of peace and loyalty, potential spirit of the palace. Translate: the 1,000-year-old tree has a gentle air. The roots of love are wrapped around the temple, kicking a stone in the middle of life is honest, sacred and clear, clearly attached to the king's palace. Is the headless statue the embodiment of Princess Mai Shou? Legends are passed down in Kolo village. According to an ancient legend, the original headless statue was a whole block of stone, shaped like a headless person sitting in a cross-legged position, with both arms parallel, put it on your knees. But later, the elders in Koloa village, including Mr. Chu Trin, discovered that the stone statue consisted of 3 stone blocks put together, with a hollow inside. Is the headless stone statue a monolithic stone statue, or made up of 3 stone blocks put together? There is still no ancient text to prove it. However, according to Mr. Chu Trin, when his father was still alive, it was said that during the northern colonial period, Mavin had soldiers cut the statue apart to dig out the gems inside the statue, so the statue was split into 3 pieces. Whether or not the headless stone statue is the embodiment of Princess Mai Shou is still an open issue. However, the strangeness makes many people believe that it is the reincarnation of Princess Mai Shou, perhaps because even though it is a stone statue without any traces of chiseling or human artifacts, it is very similar to the image, the remains of a person with his head amputated. Is the statue one piece, or is it made of 3 blocks of stone? Is there a hollow space inside? Up to now, this still has no satisfactory answer. History professor Tran Quoc Vuong during his lifetime also learned about the strangeness of the Mai Shou statue and said, "This is a naturally created rock block belonging to the pebble. Granite system usually only found in mountainous areas. High? The appearance of such a stone statue in a plain like Koloa is a rare phenomenon. It seems that the story of the statue still has many mysteries." The legend of the giant rock. According to stories still circulating among Koloa people, when it was first brought back, the stone statue in the shape of Mrs. Mai Shou was much smaller than it is now. But after a while, that stone statue kept growing larger. At first, Koloa people were very excited, thinking it was a sign of good luck. They thought that she had returned to serve her father as she wished, so she grew older day by day. But later they became more and more worried that with the statue's rapid growth, it was possible that the small shrine would have to be demolished to build another larger one to accommodate it. A group of mandarins, talented and virtuous people elected by the people to oversee and manage the temple area, respected as mandarins, had to hold a ceremony to pray for her to pity the poor people who did not have money to build a new hut and instead stood larger again. So the stone statue has kept the same size from then until now. Previously, when Mavin led his army to invade our country, seeing people worshipping the rock so solemnly, Mavin's army thought it was a rock containing jade. They ordered soldiers to cut the statue into 3 parts, but only saw that it was a regular block of stone. Later, the people of Koloa had to put those pieces back together as they are today. Previously, she lived in Am and was not clothed like she is now. Later, when life improved, people had enough food to eat and volunteered to make clothes as offerings. The shirts are sewn with 50 yards of colored silk, studded with sparkling pearls. Up to now, the number of her shirts is up to several dozen, filling a closet. The palace where she lives is now often closed, and people who come to worship can only stand outside and pray. Only on the full moon days and the first day of the palace is the palace open. People line up waiting for their turn to touch the statue to satisfy their beliefs. TKP Media Theme The Beauty Inside Vietnam would like to sincerely thank you and all of you for watching this video. We hope that the parts shared in the video will contribute new knowledge to you about the country and people of Vietnam.